Okay, hi guys, welcome to Mr. B's video, and on this one I'm going to be telling you how to divide by 10, 100 and 1000. Okay, now it's going to be quite similar to the times by 10 one, so let's have a look at it, get straight in there. Okay, so we have three sums here. We have 34,000 divided by 10, divided by 100 and divided by 1000. Okay, now if your numbers have zeros on the end, we can do the same sort of trick that we use with times and by 10, 100 and 1000. We can take zeros off, okay? So if we had this number, 34,000 divided by 10, we could take one zero off because there is 1 0 there, okay? And the answer will be 3,400. If we divide by 100, okay, 2 zeros, take our second zero off, our answer will be 340. And then lastly, if we divide by 1000, which is 3 zeros, we take our third zero off. So our answer would be 34. Okay? Now that's all well and good, taking those zeros off, but not all numbers end with zeros. Okay? So we need to know exactly what you're doing. Now if you've seen my video on times by 10, 100 and 1000, sorry, you can probably guess this. When we times by 10, 100,000, we move them up to make them bigger, how much bigger we needed to. Now we move them to the right because we're making them smaller. So I'm dividing by 10, I make this number 10 times smaller, so I'm moving it one place to the right. I move that one to there to make it 10 times smaller, and so on. Okay, but obviously we don't have to write 3,400.0, okay, we don't have to write 0.0 after every name. So the answer is 3,400. Okay. When we divide by 100, we move everything 2 places to the right because we're making it 100 times smaller. So the 30,000 becomes 100 times smaller. 300. 4,000 becomes 100 times smaller, becomes 40. And our zeros there. Okay. Again, we don't need to add these zeros on. So our answer will be 340. Lastly, when we divide by 1,000, we make everything 3 places to the right. Okay, our 3 comes there, 4 comes there, the rest are zeros. Okay, sorry, I had an extra 0 on there. So we're moving it 3 places to the right to make it 1,000 times smaller, and it becomes 34. If it has the zeros on, it's brilliant. We can use our trick, knock 1 off, 2 off or 3 off, depending on what we're dividing by. Okay, but that's what we're actually doing. Now I'm going to show you why that's important when the number doesn't end in a 0. Okay, so here we've got a number now, 34,211. We're going to divide this by 10, 100 and 1000. Now, this number hasn't got 3 zeros on the end, so we can't just resort to our trick of knocking 0 off, or 2 or 3. Okay, we're going to have to remember we're moving 1 place to the right to make it 10 times, 2 places to the right to make it 100 times smaller, and 3 places to the right to make it 1,000 times smaller. So let's put that in action. 34,211. We're going to move everything 1 place to the right to make it 10 times smaller, and we get our answer. 0.1. Okay? When we divide by 100, move everything 2 places to the left. Okay. Oh, put my decimal place in the wrong place. To make it 100 times smaller. And lastly, when we're making 1,000 times smaller, we move it 3 places to that. So we get 34.211. Again, what you'll notice is the order of those numbers hasn't changed from there. Okay, so when you're dividing, if your numbers have got mixed up and went into a different order, you've done something wrong. Recheck your working out. Okay, so that's how to divide by 10, 100 and 1000. Okay, if you like the video and it's helped you, give it a thumbs up. If you need any more help, put down in the comments on Facebook or on Twitter. I'm happy to message you back. And of course, if you find anyone else that would find this helpful, share it with them. Until next time, see you later.